Welcome back to On Point. Shares in Sun International have climbed by more than 5% after the release of strong interim results. The group that owns Sun City said that headline earnings per share increased by more than 10% for the 6 months that ended in June this year. South Africans and foreigners are seemingly having fun in the sun and possibly gambling more. Sun International says the total income from its resorts and hotels was up by 27%. It also operates the online betting brand Sunbet that saw unique active players climb by more than 700%. To discuss, we're joined by the CEO of Sun International, Anthony Leeming. So, Mr. Leeming, thank you for being with us. It's onward and upwards, even though you say the economic times remain challenging. So how are you achieving what you're achieving right now?
Hi, good afternoon. Look, I think different sectors of our business performed exceptionally well, and the biggest part of our business, casinos, was very resilient, and we still managed to get some growth. So when we look at the hotels and resorts, a lot of it, a bit of a bounce back from Omicron last year, particularly at the Table Bay in Cape Town. And then Sun City, I think for a number of years now, we've been working really hard at the product, at the offering, at service levels, and I think we're finally getting it right. And that's been shown in terms of increased conference, increased local leisure, and doing very, very well. Sunbet, obviously, online business. Last year, we introduced the slots products licensed by the gaming boards, and that's coming to very strongly. And clearly, our key customers, being casino customers, have taken to the online game as well.
And I really want to talk to you about that, but just in terms of brick and mortar gambling, well, gaming makes up 80% of your group income. Are South Africans gambling more? And why?
They are, I think, a little bit on the online. I think casinos, as I said, there's still growth there, but it's a lot lower rate than the online. So I think the new offering, the availability has obviously increased gambling to an extent. So people, yes, they are gambling. Casinos a little bit less, but still growing.
And Sunbet income up 140%. So that's a completely different business. It's all online. You say it's capex light, but is the competition fierce right now in online gambling?
I think if you go to any airport, you can see it's very fierce. There's a lot of players that are doing exceptionally well in it. So I think we, as one of the big casino land-based customers, are probably ahead of the game and doing very, very well. So we've shown great growth in customer acquisition in terms of deposits on a daily basis, and it only augurs well for the future. We expect to see strong growth into the second half and to continue going forward.
In terms of travel, I mean, you're in a position where you can see some of the trends in terms of local and global leisure, business travel. Can you give us a sense of where we are right now, say, compared to pre-COVID times?
I think if one looks at the airlift into Cape Town in particular, it's, as I believe, ahead of 2019 or shortly to be ahead of it. So we've seen a real rebound in foreign travel. We're obviously a very cheap destination, a very popular destination. So our property in Table Bay has done exceptionally well. And even in the winter months where rates are a little bit lower, we found we got pretty good rates and very good increase in occupancy. So Cape Town's been an extremely popular destination. When we look further afield in South Africa, we have a lot of conference space, a lot of place for events, meetings, and that's done exceptionally well. I think corporates have bounced back, wanting to take people out, meet, and then local leisure. So overseas travel is very expensive for South Africans. So we find our local leisure product is just ideally suited for the market.
Okay, so this is good news. I mean, let's just stay with the global travel. Despite the crime and the concerns around power, etc., you're still seeing that strong demand, especially in Cape Town, you said.
Yeah, we do, but obviously I think these are very concerning factors for the future. So people are coming and they have come. But certainly if you come here and you have a bad experience with crime and a bad experience with justice, you can have a long-term damaging effect. So these are factors that we need to get right as a country. So it's really very, very important.
There was one part of your business that didn't do so well, Sun Slots. Explain what that includes, and it sounds like the impact of load shedding was significant there.
Yeah, Sun Slots are limited powered machines. It's like slot machines in pubs and clubs. We have a number of sites, over 1,000. These are not generally have generators or solar powered. They're small operations. And we really just provide the network and we share revenue with the site owner. Now, these site owners can't remain open when you have load shedding. So we're finding we got reduced trading hours effectively and a difficult environment for them. I think a bit of economic pressure, but certainly load shedding causing that industry quite a big impact.
Well, where we are now, it looks like those high stages came back. We won't see them for a week, but they could come back at any time. So are you prepared for the next year?
Yeah, we're working hard. We're working with site owners, trying to get them onto some generators, onto solar where we can. They can't all do it, so it is a difficult one. But ultimately, I think load shedding, we're doing quite a lot as a group. We've got 2 projects planned for Sabah and Carnival City of 2.5 megawatts each. We just launched a solar PV installation at Sun City. That's performing very well. So we are looking at solutions. We're also looking to probably wheel power in for longer term. Solar can only go so far on site. And therefore, I think wheeling solutions helping the grid as a whole by making sure we get more private energy producers into the grid.
All right, thank you so much for your time today. After results that Sun International said were exceptional, that was the CEO of Sun International, Anthony Leeming. And yes, in terms of the trends, sounds pretty good for South Africa in terms of the tourism trends globally and domestically.